Hey, Joe here from Home Studio Corner. I'm excited today because my EP is just days away. It is up in the interwebs being distributed out to all the streaming platforms, and I will tell you about it on this channel when it is available. Super excited about that. But today I want to talk about the secret sauce behind getting great sounding mixes. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know I love mixing. And I love talking about all the fun, different things we can do when we sit down to mix a song. But far and away, the thing that makes the songs sound amazing is what happens before. How you produce them. A little bit of how you record them, but mostly what are you going to record? How do you go from a bare song to a fully produced production that is interesting and engaging? I think that's where we are missing out. And I want to help you close that gap and get better at producing really, really great music. To demonstrate this, I'm going to use an 8-bar intro to one of the songs from the EP, and we're going to build it out to show you some of the different production concepts and strategies that I use on lots of different projects. Whether you're producing a simple acoustic song that you want to fill out and make it more produced than just a guitar vocal, which, by the way, if you just do guitar vocal, that's completely fine. Some songs need to be just that. But if you want to produce them further, here are some concepts that will help. And then obviously, if you're doing bigger productions with full band, drums, bass, and all that stuff, these concepts will help there as well. First, let me just make it clear what problem I'm addressing. We tend to get so bogged down in learning how to record and how to mix that we forget that important part of how to produce. So you may find yourself wanting to record a song and you get some stuff laid down and realize, well, it sounds okay, it's just not that interesting. So maybe it sounds something like this. Now, first of all, that sounds fine. There's nothing wrong with just having drums, bass, and guitar. But if you're wanting to take it further and make it more interesting and make it sound bigger and honestly make it sound a little more modern, you probably want to start adding some more elements to it. What elements do you add? Well, I've got several ideas for you. Let's go one by one. First thing we can do here is double the guitars. Instantly sounds more interesting. There's stereo width. It just feels more like a rock song. And that can work with acoustic guitars. It can even work with keyboard parts sometimes. If you're not sure what to do, try doubling it and see how that works. To go a step further, if you like doubling, tripling might be an option. Listen to this third guitar part. It's a different tone. It's a fuzz guitar that we have right up the middle. Starting to feel bigger, starting to take on a little bit of a life of its own. Now at this point, it's still just drums, bass, and guitars. There are 3 guitars instead of 1, which is an improvement, but there probably for me needs to be another instrument holding down the rhythm section in this song, instead of just being guitars. So my next step would be find another instrument to play rhythm along with the guitars. In this instance, I chose an organ. Really raunchy, distorted B3, sounds a little bit like a guitar, adds another texture to what we already have going. It's starting to feel full. Next, we need to add some sort of a lead part, something melodic. We as humans were created with a love for melody. We like melody. So while this is interesting and fun and rock, it still needs some sort of melodic element. Right now, it's just strumming power chords, and that can be fun, but we need something we can hum along to. So in this song, at the end of the chorus, I would sing this melodic line as I was hold the final note out. And I thought, well, there's your melody. It's melodic. Now I'll figure that out on guitar and play that as a lead part over what we already have. So I had that guitar come in on the second half of that 8-bar intro, so we have chords and then we have melody being introduced. But since I'm such a fan of doubling, I thought let's double up that melody but on a different instrument. So the first thing I reached for was another organ track playing up higher, playing that melody. And that organ starts at the very beginning, and then the guitar joins it halfway through to kind of create this mini little build. But I couldn't stop there. I thought, okay, that was cool. What if we added another element, another instrument playing the lead part? And I played around till I found a couple of synth parts that sounded really cool, and I added those in. Almost gives it like a Killer's feel. And then finally, one of the things I love to do when I'm producing a song is find places where I can just reverse stuff. The first thing I reversed, I took the last chord of the final note of the song on the 2 main rhythm guitars. I let those ring out as I was recording, and feedback started to happen, which you just love at the end of a rock song. I took those, copied them, pasted them to a new track, and then reversed them. So instead of the feedback coming in and fading out, the feedback is swelling in, and I added that to the very beginning of the song before these 8 bars. And if that wasn't enough, I also added a low octave on the piano and reversed that. And then I kept those octaves on the downbeats every 4 bars, so you have this big bow happening on the piano to add just a little touch of something extra and interesting. It's not super prominent, but it's there. Now that you know it's there, you listen, you say, oh, I do hear that piano there, kind of just doing this little bow thing. So while I can't give you a formula, this is how you produce a song. These are concepts that I use all the time when I'm producing stuff, whether it's a big full band Foo Fighters thing like this, or if I'm going for something really more chill and atmospheric and acoustic, I still use a lot of these same concepts. To review, take a rhythm instrument and double it. See if that works. Pan them left and right. If that works, maybe tripling it might be an option too, to just give it some depth and some fullness. Once you've got a good sounding rhythm guitar or main instrument, whatever that is, find a secondary instrument to play rhythm along with that instrument. Something that will be complementary, like the organ part that complemented the electric guitars. Next, look for a lead part. Find some place where you can put in a melody that is not just the lead vocal. Melody, melody, melody. We love melodies, we love hooks. Find places for that to go. Once you've found a melody, then see if you can double the melody on different instruments to create a cool, unique vibe for the song. And finally, reverse a bunch of stuff and just see what comes out. With practice and repetition, you can hone your production skills to go from producing stuff that sounds like this to stuff that sounds like this. Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you like what we talked about in this video, I've created a brand new production checklist that you can have absolutely free. If you're already on my email list, you've already received it. If you'd like a copy, then you can just join my email list by going to homestudiocorner.com/checklist. Enter your email address and I will send you a copy. It's right over there. You probably can't see it very well. Get your own copy. It'll help you think through. It gives you a few questions to think through as you're producing your music to make sure that it's moving in the right direction and staying interesting and engaging and really, really good. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. See ya.